Oh my god, it's been so long. We're finally back. Yo, what is good with y'all? How is Monzuma's going? So, I know it's been a long time. So, I know it's been like a hiatus. Been a couple, 2, 3, 4 months, however long. But don't worry about that because we're back, we're bigger, and we're better than ever. And we're bringing a lot more new stuff to y'all. So, just know, stay here, stay tuned in with us. So, just know if you don't know what we're doing here, if you do, wait, hold on, run it back. If you don't know what we're doing here, just know all we're doing here is pretty much gonna give a little breakdown of the mind. We're gonna give a breakdown of your little cerebrum, your little cortex, give whatever you gotta do here. So the whole point of it here is just help you feel like you're not alone. So just know we're gonna give a little intro, we're gonna give a little body paragraph, and we're gonna give a little conclusion. Been in school, you should know this. So with the little intro, we're gonna have a little question today, have a little fun with it like that, get to know each other, get everything like going like that, give it a little icebreaker. The little body area is where we're going to be talking about all the little nitty gritty stuff like that. We're going to be talking about some more like stories like that, having more fun, having be more loose, everything like that. See everyone's experience like that. Then with the body paragraph, that's where you're going to see no stories. It's going to be all seriousness. It's going to be all type of stuff where we're going to really get to the source of the problem like that and talk out what we need to talk about. So, everyone give a little introduction of who you are.
Alright, man, I guess I'll start. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm Bryce.
What's good? I'm Brennan.
I'm Joseph.
Hey everybody, I'm Janita.
And if you don't know me, I'm the host, the main one, Cameron, you already know. So, question of the day that I got here with is, what do you feel like was the anime of the year? I'm gonna drop something to ballot. I put it as a ballot like that. My Academia. It's been dropping straight heat.
Yes.
You know what? This season?
This season has been straight heat. I'm sorry.
I
I've already been on that demon timing.
I say personally of the year,
Mm-hmm.
I say Don. I ain't gonna lie. Don.
It's a
slapper. It's a banger.
It's a banger.
And if y'all catch up with the manga, like I said, I caught up with the manga. If you catch up with the manga, it's tough. You're really gonna love it.
I'm not tapped in.
It's not that good.
I'm not tapped in.
Okay, because if not My Hero,
I guess my answer would be My Hero too.
Yeah, either not My Hero or Attack on Titan. Anime of the year. At the end of this year, best ending altogether. One Piece trumps everything, I promise you.
Whoa,
Yeah.
One Piece.
it's not.
Anime
I'm sorry. Attack on Titan got it. Look,
Y'all just don't know ball.
the foreshadowing,
Y'all don't know ball.
the foreshadowing, the setup, every single thing.
Don't get me wrong. The last season of Attack on Titan was good, but the ending could have been
Good.
better in my opinion.
Good.
It could've
It's
been
understatement.
better in my
That was
opinion.
Look,
great.
it was amazing. Thank you. Look, One Piece, I'm sorry it's a little bit too long. I don't feel like having to sit for 30 plus
Bro.
years just to
Okay,
get
but
through
you
one arc.
can't. Okay. Well,
Isn't it
actually,
like-
you wouldn't.
Doesn't it?
Because
Okay then.
Doesn't it not get good to like season 7?
Thank you.
No.
Look.
It really get okay.
Well,
okay, so it really get good. Like I said, like the first, like the East Blue arc, like that's where it kind of gets slow. But that's also where like stuff gotta get laid down.
So it's like on some Naruto type time.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what episode is
Less
Blue
filler
Arc?
than Naruto.
What episode is Blue Arc? What number
Less
episode?
filler than Naruto.
Yeah, way less.
I mean,
less filler
so wait,
than Naruto.
so
One
that's
Piece is
it.
straight pick.
So wait, there's no
No,
it's like
So there's no way there's that many episodes.
But that's the
There's
thing
no
about
No,
way.
it.
it's not.
No, there's filler.
Naruto
There has to
fillers
be
provide you
No,
the
but it's not crazy
backstory
filler, though.
of
It's like-
the side characters.
it's like
It's never just
30,
nothing random.
33%.
You have to
Yeah,
go
that's
to
the
the.
thing.
Yeah,
I
I say
Naruto.
Naruto.
I learned about Itachi. I learned about Kakashi. I learned about the
Like, you
main
learn about-
side characters through these fillers. One Piece fillers are just random. They have nothing to do with the actual story.
Like, I'll
Not
say for
really.
me, like-
Not really, because the filler that we in now, well, what you would consider filler, has to do with like the story of what's going in the world and how that contributes
for
to the
example,
story.
that fan letter. That's
Okay, I'll say the fan letter stuff.
Okay,
That was
can I
a little
say
bit.
this?
I'll give you that.
Can I
I'll
say
give you that.
this?
That
Can I
was a
say
little
this?
bit.
Like, to touch on what Joseph said about it, like, yes, we see the main characters, Naruto, and like
Itachi.
Itachi and all them, right? But like that filler episode, mind you, when Itachi first showed up, I was already hooked. Then that filler episode came, I was like, oh, now he's like on a different type of timing.
But One Piece give all their characters backstories
Literally.
within the arc.
literally, which is why they're so long, because not only that, but they all. But if
So
Don't get me wrong.
I mean, like,
in the
we
middle
go
of the
from
arc,
One
I'm
Piece
trying to
is so
understand
long.
this person's back. Okay.
But that's the thing, though. Naruto explains all the villains, and you have to think. There's multiple villages within Naruto you have to touch upon for actually you will understand it, because it talks about the history as well. So when you have
That's real.
multiple Kazakages, and you have multiple leaders within the village, you have to explain how their story and how the village came to be as it is right
That's
now.
the same thing with One Piece
Yeah.
with a lot of the
Diners.
talkers, the Marines, the pirates. Like if you really get like into the sauce, like right now what's going on, they're about to do that with Elbaf. Because that's why they got Saul. And if you really get into One Piece, Saul is very important because he's a historian. The thing that I like about One Piece, and I had to grow to understand, it's kind of like a mystery. If you really think about it, because, and this also goes back to the East Blue. So with East Blue, it's the story is very simple. Bro just trying to be the one, bro just trying to be a king of the pirates, find the One Piece, whatever. But as he continues his story and as he continues his journey, as he keeps on meeting these people, his views kind of change. But not only that, but your view as a character, as a viewer, you start looking at the people different. You start realizing, everybody, pirates aren't bad or all Marines aren't bad. Like you start getting more and more into it, and then you start figuring out more and more about the world, and you start figuring out more and more about, why people hate the world government so much, and then the stuff that goes on into the world government. Like if you really get into One Piece, it's a very deep and a very, tough story in my opinion.
I think it's better about it's like.
Oh yeah,
It's
long.
How long until it
but
gets to that
that's-
stuff?
That's,
But that's
the
the best
reason.
thing about it.
Yeah.
What makes it long is a lot. Don't get me wrong. They
Yeah.
drag out fights.
They do.
They drag out all this other stuff. Don't get.
And I feel like that's my thing about it. I don't know if I want to be. I don't know if I want to be like. I don't know if I want to be like having one fight last 15 different episodes like that. Like, mind you, look. Or how about this? A good example is this.
You can't tell me
Like-
shipping it didn't do that.
I mean, a good example is this like that. Just a simple scene,
Shipping.
right? When it what's his name? Garp. When he had the what was it? The Galaxy Punch. You know what I'm talking about?
Garp.
Garp. He had that big Galaxy Punch like that, right? I'm watching that whole scene, right? And I'm seeing that. And it's
I'm
like,
pretty sure in the
that whole
they
segment
was
took
like
like
the
what a
horse
good
and
solid
they dragged
30
us about.
seconds for one single punch to take long. It's like stuff like that. It's good, but take a good little minute to drag out. You know what I'm saying? Take a good little bit to drag out.
But they also drag it out because they be trying within the fights. They be trying to like go through character art,
Yeah, and they
and
go
all
through
this other
backstories
stuff,
and
and then
stuff
the
like
side
that.
Yeah.
stories going
I mean,
on.
look,
and all
it-
that other stuff.
It is an anime staple for like maybe like during a fight, anime character has a backstory, gets a little backstory power up. But it's like if that whole fight, if it's like I forget I'm almost there. If I forget there was in the middle of the fight because of how long that backstory is, it's just gonna take me out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be in the middle of a fight, have a whole backstory happen, and
And then you gotta wait till the next episode.
I gotta wait so long. I forget the middle of the fight. You
You have
know?
to
That's
let him
true.
cook though. You have to understand the plot because that's what sets Naruto apart from other
That's what I'm giving
animes.
Naruto.
Don't get me wrong,
The
listen.
plot is amazing. Nobody's touching Naruto's plot.
And then
Nobody-
don't get me
the
wrong.
first
Their
episode
plot?
had me
Yeah.
hooked.
How many
Oh,
plots?
the
first episode had me
Naruto got so many plots.
I'm
So
saying the
many
first.
plots.
The first episode, while I'm hearing people say, "Hey, you just got to get through these episodes and then it gets good," because I have yet to get into Naruto.
What?
I tried.
That's the problem.
I tried.
That's
That's
now.
the
Because my thing
gateway.
is, how long?
Naruto
Wait,
is the gateway
So
to
can I
Naruto.
just? Can I try? I'll try again.
I'll say
But I
this
just-
about
The
the
first
Right,
yeah, I
episode,
have
you
it.
have to
The
actually
first episode.
watch it. Like,
Yeah.
From
first episode was
Naruto or Naruto the
Naruto.
second one?
Yeah,
Naruto.
Naruto. Regular
Before
Naruto.
you get it, you're not gonna understand Shippuden until you watch the actual
watch
Yeah,
Naruto
it's
and
a
then
sequel to it.
Then
Yeah.
Shippuden.
I
Yes.
know that.
So let me ask this: like,
The
look,
first episode is crazy.
His
The
His
first
guard.
episode is
Are you
amazing.
about
Yeah.
you might be
He
thinking
talks
Bars.
about the fox being inside of the body. Like,
Then we
you really have
understand.
to
We understand that
His
that's the
hiding
fox
is
inside of him.
And
Exactly.
he doesn't know that. It's
And-
the biggest secret.
and then it's
Everybody
like-
in the village is scared of him because of that. That's the plot.
He just thinks people don't like him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay,
He's
because
a
people don't
kid.
like him, I'm going to make it my mission to be Hokage so people can like me.
Right.
But then
Okay.
he doesn't
Okay.
realize at the same time these people don't like him because they're scared of him because they know the nine-tailed fox is inside of him.
Yeah.
No,
And like whenever he goes, like when they get scared, whenever he goes off, because the second he goes off and rages, they don't know if it's gonna come out or not.
Exactly.
And that's all in one episode.
But that backstory, that backstory, that exposition, that's literally like, if not most of the villains, like the majority of all the villains, all the heroes, all that stuff in One Piece.
But I'll say this about filler with Naruto. There's
Yeah.
some filler episodes that like you definitely can skip, like the soccer
There
one.
definitely are some
Skip
for
that.
sure. Some.
There's the soccer one you can
Yeah.
skip.
Third grade ninja war. Not skipping that one. The first one,
Yeah.
between Kakashi, not Kakashi,
Right.
but Hashirama,
Yeah,
and,
Hashirama.
Madara. That is amazing.
That's
But
tough.
that's down the line though. That's down the line.
That's like
I
that's a top
personally
20
feel
fight.
like the storylines of the whole clan, as in Kakashi, not Kakashi, but Itachi, Madara, Obito, that clan has the best storyline of all time. And anime history.
Those are
Hell.
Those are
All of them are villains.
Oh,
All
I
of
mean,
them
it's
are
cold,
villains.
bro. It's cold, but
speak
all
on it
time.
because I
Yes.
know
all time.
They
Yeah.
cold.
They're
Hell,
cold.
I'll
Yeah.
give them that.
my nigga.
And
Bro.
developing the
They're-
Sharingan.
yeah.
You're not even talking about
as well.
Sharingan.
Like,
That's
you
the
have to
one.
understand
The one that I'm
Sharingan.
giving
They're
over. The
definitely
one that I'm
up
giving
there.
over Attack on Titan is bad. They villains is cold.
I'm not gonna lie.
now.
Attack on
They
Titan
cold.
villains.
Attack on Titan
Bro,
villains. It's a little bit everywhere.
Bro,
Look.
Rob Lucci, bro.
But Obito
I
is
know.
cold. You don't understand how
You gotta
cold.
understand
Look,
Obito
sorry.
is-
Wait,
Look.
no.
Obito is only
No,
16
the
years
only
old.
one
Yeah.
that I was like, okay, that's kind of clean is Doflamingo.
Oh,
That's the only
Doflamingo
one
is
that I was
Doflamingo
like,
got that
okay.
energy, but it's like
Doflamingo
so
tough.
many villains in Naruto got that energy too.
I'm
So it's
saying,
like that's
bro,
one
they
edge I'll
give,
give
like-
Naruto over Attack on Titan.
It's like,
One edge
I
I'll
was
give. it.
actually scared Naruto was gonna die. Like
Yeah.
if I didn't know he was the main character,
I'm saying,
I
like,
would
that plot
I would
would've
have
killed
thought
me.
he would have died. Oh,
Exactly.
rip, if I didn't know he was the main
Oh.
character. I can't say about
Right.
other shows.
That's a
like,
fact.
It
But
had
one thing
I
is-
know
one thing-
Luffy surviving.
One
Like,
thing,
Yeah,
one thing,
exactly.
not
Like,
one
you
villain
know
you
he's gonna
see,
survive.
like,
Naruto
one villain you
gonna
see,
die,
no matter
like,
what rank the mission is, they not soft. They really about that life.
Yeah, they want you to
So that's
die.
some good points though. Yeah.
What's
But
up,
anyway-
guys? I am Tori, and I'm here to say that the best anime of all time is Code Geass.
Get that out of here. No.
Go somewhere.
But
Villains
that-
repeat.
no.
Everything is peace.
I would have accepted Full Metal Alchemist. I would have
Baby.
accepted that.
Maybe.
But
Code Geass.
yeah.
You agree with that?
Do you
But
agree?
anyways
time.
though, but still on to everything else though. That's a good little way to leave off from and everything. You know, knowing that between Attack on Titan and Naruto up there, One Piece is down there. Anyways
Yeah.
though, yeah. But
That's
so for the topic of this month, for the first official video, it's about changes and revelations, or pretty much reflections, changes and reflections from across the year, from across what all we've been going through across these few months and weeks and everything. So the two questions we got for the day is, to keep this in mind too, one, what are some of the craziest moments of this year for you? And then two, what are some things you could have done differently? And then third question we got for the final little one, I'll leave that off with a little secret. But to start off everyone like that, yeah, I'll say this, yeah. What are some of like the craziest moments you've had this year altogether?
Are we starting in like order? Or like...
You start who will say, who will say.
well, you've been going first this whole time.
Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, one of the craziest moments this year was really meeting Ray Daniels. So if you're familiar with the music industry, Ray Daniels, he's been in the game for about like 20, 25 years. And so I had an opportunity to meet him at a networking event in Atlanta. And the amount of game that he gave me, the amount of information that he gave me, the amount of like motivation that he gave me was just crazy, because he's behind like a lot of your favorite acts, a lot of your favorite rappers, a lot of people like in the 90s and the 2000s. Like he really vouched for them and put on for them in like in the background when it comes to the music industry. And a lot of people just see, the glitz and glamour, but they don't really understand like the business of it. They don't understand, the sacrifice. They don't understand the actual like numbers, logistics, how crazy the game get, and just, being there for black people and black creatives. So being able to meet him was just like a crazy goal. And then I was able to talk to Lil Wayne manager. I was able to go up to them, go up to a bunch of people in the industry. I talked to Childish Major. If you're familiar with him, Childish Major is on he's on Rock. No, I'm tripping. He on Dreamville, which is J. Cole label. He was telling me like I'm good at it. Keep doing my thing. Since I was talking to him about artificial intelligence, and then yeah, I'm about to say that whole like little week where I was able to go talk to them, and then be able to just pick up game, learn, being able to talk to a lot of the people that were alumni of my school, telling me, giving me the same motivation, like Amir. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but he has a business called Music Breaker. So
That's something. So you just made everyone in the industry like that.
basically, man, it was
That's
crazy.
real.
It felt like I was in a movie, bro.
Okay, that's real. That's real. Okay,
How
well,
has that affected you? Did that provide you motivation?
Oh, for sure. So I think for me, it kind of like, it provided me like not only motivation, but it kind of helped me change my perspective on like what I wanted to do. Because at first, when I came to fam, I mean, I had an idea of what I wanted to do, but as things happen, things change, people change, things of that nature. So with that, it kind of gave me a bigger perspective on what I wanted to do and how I wanted to move. So when I talked to Amir, when he made Music Breaker, he was talking about how he wanted to be able to break in artists, a lot easier and a lot quicker, and then just being able to get back to those people and using artificial intelligence with that. So with me learning that and me being a part of, the investment club at our school and me trying to promote that and push that, it kind of gave me not only a different perspective, but it kind of gave me a better idea of how I want to do things and how I want to be a little bit more creative with the way I want to move, how to be smarter in certain aspects, and being able to be more efficient in other aspects, such as presentation, being able to speak for myself, and also my graphic design skills. Because I'm not gonna lie, I can't. At the time I couldn't do anything with Canva. Like I just get template, edit it. But now I feel like I'm able to design more stuff, be able to promote more stuff. And next semester I'll be able to be able to set up the goals and a lot of the different ideas and the concepts that I want to push at fam. So my bad for it being long-winded, but
Oh,
yeah,
that's
bro,
real.
you got stuff.
You had your achievements like that. You definitely hit your little high points. Like you hit your high points like that. You got something that really gives some motivation. Cause me, like I feel like that's what everyone need a little bit of motivation across the years, across months like that. Cause I for sure say it's like it's easy for stuff to be draining, for stuff to be hitting you again and again, back to back knockdowns, back to back fallouts, everything like that. With some friends, whether this that happening like that going on, it's very much easy for all that to like just start piling up on top of you. So it's good when you get the moments like those where it's like you see people that already made it. So you can kind of give you that little bit of motivation,
Especially when you're in
all that's what
business.
you want to do. Yeah,
Really
especially
business,
in business.
really
Yeah.
business or really any field, but especially like in SBI, because
Mhm.
to be honest, like SBI is very much like a competition. Like it's a competition within itself. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people you see that are older, they got their deals, they got their little company job, or they already got their internship secured, and it can either make you or break you in the sense of you don't even want to participate in it, or you just want to grind harder. So
That's real. That's real. What about the rest of y'all? What are some of the moments y'all had?
I have two. One, someone hit my car a few months ago. That was fun. No, but in all seriousness, I started a business over the summer.
Started a business?
Yes.
Oh, bro, what business started?
It's a sports management business.
You did say about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Sandbox Sports Management. Basically, since I was little, I grew up in South Florida and like was a huge LeBron fan, still am to this day. And one thing about my family, they always taught me to be realistic with myself, never to shot down my dreams to an extent, but just kept it more so realistic with me.
Right.
So they always told me like, you're not gonna be 6'8". So like, you can try basketball out,
Yeah, I got told that dream a long
but
time
you're not
ago.
gonna be 6'8". The possibility of you making it to the NBA is
Yeah.
0.00001%. So
Yeah.
I always keep that in mind. So I've always wanted to do something with basketball and just sports in general. So I literally remember after the conversation I had with my parents, I looked up what makes LeBron James successful,
Mhm.
and I found his agent, Rich Paul, and like after researching him, like studying about like how he's like developed his business and all that stuff, it made me like want to like pursue it. So from the age like I'll say 11 to like now, I've always wanted to just fall into the field of sports management, sports agency, and because I was unfortunate enough to play college basketball, it felt like why not take a shot now and start now. So over the summer, I worked on actually starting the business. Once I started it, before I started it, actually, let me slow down with that. I had to get the license, so I'm licensed in the state of Florida to work with student athletes from high school and college. Then with that, I had to secure uh like spots with schools, so I'm certified with FAMU, FSU, University of Miami, University of Florida, University of Central Florida, and Florida, like the University of Florida itself.
Yeah, that's bad. Okay, then
And so I'm certified with those schools to actually like talk to them and like work with their student athletes. And so that's always that's cool. I recently got my LLC for the business, and now I'm just working on gaining clientele and just actually like
so just feel
gaining
like
clients and like actually like
money.
starting with people. Yeah, for
Yeah, some
sure.
of your money, yeah.
Yeah, for
Nah, I
sure.
definitely that's some valid stuff right there, I can definitely relate on you, but my parents say I ain't gonna go to be 6'8", short man club right here.
Tight.
Yeah, T peaked out at like what 5'7" right now.
Sucks for
I'm
them.
just wishing I can get a few more inches.
You're not no
Yeah.
5'7".
I'm 5'7".
No,
Yeah.
you
We
are
went over
not.
this
You
one of the
are
last videos. I'm
Dang.
5'7".
You are
I feel
I'm
like I know
5'7"
No.
You
in
5'7",
3/4.
I'm 5'11".
No.
5'7" 3/4.
That-
The
that's
old
what
white
he
daughter
said.
told me that. He
I
told me
don't
that
know.
specifically.
You had on shoes?
I did not have no shoes. I had on my bare
That's what he's
toes.
saying.
I don't know what you're
That's
talking
I had
about.
all. I had out the dogs. Yeah, look.
I got it.
5'7",
That's what he said.
3/4.
That's what he
Gotta be
said.
6'1".
Yeah.
And Tim to
Yeah.
5'8".
And I'm 7 feet.
Tippy, look. I
No,
promise
money.
you.
Please.
Look.
Take your shoes off. You got your height.
I promise you, I'll bring a scale. I'll bring a what it was a ruler in one of the future videos. We will measure it right on
I'm
the
not
spot.
grabbing 13
Cam,
rulers to
I
measure.
promise you.
Cameron, you're not telling
I'm
me.
fine for this.
I mean,
But-
you can prove that right now.
Look,
No,
Definitely
Oh my
can.
we possibly could. I'm not gonna lie to
All
you.
you gotta do is YouTube.
Yep, stand up.
How tall are you?
5'6".
You're 5'6".
Yes.
You're not no
That's
5'6".
You're not
That's a whole
5'6".
bold face
No,
lie.
nobody talking talking about?
That's a
You
bold
are
face
not
lie.
5'7".
No, they said I was 5'7".
5'7".
They said I was. I wouldn't lie.
What are you talking about? You
Why would I? It was written down on my thing. It was written down on the.
Hey,
on the
hey,
paper.
I think y'all
Okay.
should stand up though.
I think so too.
I
Go
stand
ahead,
up
take
there.
off the
She-
shoes.
Okay, take the Crocs. Take a
Take
look.
off
Crocs ain't doing nothing.
The Crocs
No.
do something.
Nah, it's cool.
Look.
No, they
Take the
don't.
Crocs
Go
off.
ahead, take them
All right,
off.
take them
Go
off.
ahead, say it. Look.
Don't provide no excuse.
One.
Back them.
Okay then.
See?
You was not no
You're not no 5.
5'6".
She's falling. She's not no 5'6". She's not no 5'6". I know that for a fact.
I'm spit.
I'm 5'6".
I'm finna sit up here.
They told. Look. I was like this.
Cameraman.
Cameraman.
Here,
Yeah.
look. I'm put it right here. Look.
Is he 5'6"?
Look, stand right here with me. Look, right here.
7.
We'll let the.
I'm not gonna lie.
You
Let's-
5'7".
Like, look.
You want me to take my Crocs off?
Take your Crocs off too.
We'll let the.
This is a little 7. We want to see this right here because look. They said I was good, little like 5. I'll give it the bare minimum 5'6", but I ain't no lower than 5'6". I know that for a fact. For a good fact. No lower than 5'6". I know that for a good fact. But he told me Crocs off. He said 5'7" and 3.
Janelle is a river in Egypt.
We gonna look.
Alright, let's see. He's an actual
Right here.
5'7", so we can actually see.
Yeah, see? We're like right here with each other. We right here.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
No,
No,
you're
you-
shorter
What it
than
look
him.
like on camera?
You're clearly
Right
shorter.
here with each other.
What's the
Show
difference?
him,
on
show
camera?
him the footage. Show him. Can you turn
We
the
can't
light?
even turn. Wait, no, wait. Hold on. Let me see in the mirror right here, because there's like a little reflection right here. Look,
You're shorter than him.
I'm
Cameron.
shorter him by a bare minimum though. With out discounting the hair.
You're
Cut the hair like right here.
You're 5'6".
You
I'll take
think-
5'6".
You might be
Back to back.
I'll take back to back.
No, let's not do
Don't do
that.
that.
No, the hair gonna make him seem tall. I don't know about that.
Hair a little bit, but it's like look.
okay. They close, but
See, we close. I told you.
But he's like 5'6" and 3
By like a half
You're
inch hair.
5'6" and 3/4.
okay.
So what I'm hearing is,
I think I'll give you. You're 5'7", right?
yeah, 5'7".
You're 5'7". You're 5'6".
I'll take 5'6" then.
Yeah.
No lower than 5'6".
We'll give you
I
5.
tried to
I'll take no lower than
How y'all doing?
5'6". How y'all doing?
doing
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you, Buckaroo.
Cameraman Matt.
Yeah, okay.
Tori, don't
But-
knock yourself out.
But anyways, okay, yeah, so well, I was going back and forth. But yeah, no, those are good achievements right there, you know what I'm saying? Especially with all the basketball stuff, with opening your own LLC like that. That's some real good achievements like that. Because again, I'll definitely say it's real hard. It can definitely be hard for people to sometimes be able to like visualize some of the achievements like that. Because you know, how Bryce said he done met different people like that. But I say just because for some people, just because maybe they met different people like that, sometimes they feel like just because they didn't put stuff in motion, they feel like they didn't accomplish a lot throughout that year. So that's real good that, you know, you sort of have that, some of that stuff like that. The material substance, because sometimes that's what people need a bit more to like help them have a little
Like
bit.
actual groundwork.
Yeah, you know, it's groundwork do down.
Let me state this: if any FAMU athletes are listening,
FSU too.
FSU athletes either, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you guys are willing to have a manager or looking for a manager, hit me up. My Instagram is Sandbox Sports Management.
Yep.
It's Sandbox SANDBOX Sports Management.
Yep.
So, you know
We'll
what
have
I'm
a little cross
Yeah,
on the screen.
Had it right there.
He's legal. He has
Yeah.
LLC is legal.
Exactly.
Right.
Hopefully, I should be able to edit enough to where it go
Certified.
across the bottom of the screens. You know, just like
Okay.
hopefully this works out. It's going across the bottom of the screen. Hopefully.
saying?
Yeah. But
Yeah, guys.
exactly. So then, what about the rest of y'all? And then I do have like a little like mid-section question. I didn't say it out loud, but I do have like a little question I just thought of. Like when y'all do like say some other like points y'all had, like some other crazy moments y'all had in this year.
Okay.
So you want to go, Janita?
You can go.
Okay. My year has been a blessing. I'm not gonna say I have a special time of this year because this year has been a blur for me. It's been going so fast.
Very
Like it's,
popular.
I guess it's been going fast for me. I've been traveling pretty much then went all around the country this year for free.
Yeah.
Just meeting new people, networking, really grinding it. But I'll say I'll pick a trip. One trip I would say I've been to New York 3 times this year.
3?
Yeah.
But one of them I would say is in October I competed in a case competition, and I won number 1.
Oh.
I won number 1, and yeah, I won some money from that. And
Oh.
it was great. Thank you. It was a great experience.
How much
Just,
money?
Confidential. I can't really say, but it was thousands. Though. It was
Oh.
thousands.
That's
What you pay?
Yeah,
What
that's
you
true.
pay?
No, it ain't paid, but it's
Okay.
hopefully it will be
For sure.
later on. But yeah, it was good. I used that money to invest, but it was good. I met a lot of people. I networked. It was a good program. It was a real estate program that I was a part of, And so I got to travel to investment banks like Morgan Stanley, and also just learn how to structure deals and finance. So really being behind there and meeting new people, it was pretty good. The case
So,
competition, um, I stayed up all night. I didn't get no sleep in New York for it, preparing for the day, and
that's real.
even the day of, I felt like we were unprepared as a group. But you know what? It worked out because we have a great mentor that kind of helped us,
Yeah.
guide us through everything, the steps, all that. It was more of a free range type of case study. It wasn't like step by step by step. It was find some properties and see how much it cost and which property can generate the company the most revenue. And it's more like
That's real.
pitching a property. So it was very good. And this experience, it provided me a lot of insight. And it was definitely one of my favorite trips of the year. Another trip was in November when I went to Los Angeles for the first time. When I went to Los Angeles, it was with my firm, not my firm, but a program I'm in called Alt Finance, where I'm learning about alternative investments like private equity, hedge funds, and investment banking. And when I do that, I talked to some billionaires while I was there. So we had different conferences within this workshop, and I got to talk with some of these firms, co-founders, and just talking with them is like it was a surreal moment because I realized like, wow, this is rare. I'm out here for free. I'm being very professional. I'm meeting
Yeah,
new people,
that's real good.
and I'm also just networking with them. Like I
Yeah.
really taking advantage. Like I can't take this for granted. Like I'm
Yeah.
out here, they didn't flew me out here, gave me some money.
Uh-huh.
And even then, we went to a Lakers game,
Yeah.
a Los
Yeah,
Angeles Lakers
that's
For
real.
the
game
free.
for the
For the
free
free, it's
for the free
crazy.
For the
Yeah.
season. So
free.
shout out management leaders of tomorrow. Shout out all the partner firms. You know who you are. Shout out y'all. It's a blessing to do this. And
Hmm.
yeah, it was a free game. We was in a suite, good food, good vibes. I got to watch the GOAT and defensive player of the year as well, Anthony Davis. My
Yeah.
favorite team is
Yeah.
the Lakers, so
That's
I
my
never
dog.
imagined myself going to a Lakers game and being so like in a suite at that, like having free food and talking with meeting with different individuals, and I got to see a bunch of celebrities as well. And we stayed in a nice hotel in Beverly Hills, so
That's real
that was
nice.
probably my best time, my best trip so far this year.
So stuff like that, it's a real blessing like that. I say definitely moments like those. That's some real good stuff too, like that. When people can recognize the blessing they had across the year. Like I would say, Bryce, he recognized that he got the opportunity to meet different people like that. Brennan, he got a moment to like obviously open up his LLC, have that material substance, some stuff that you can provide for the year. But even with you, you have just stuff like that. I saw you posting some of the pictures like that. I saw you post about all that stuff in your story and stuff too. Where it's like, yeah, stuff like that. It's good to recognize that stuff was an actual blessing to you. That's what people need to recognize too. Is that some of the stuff you need to go through over the years is a real blessing. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone gets to go through all those different opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone gets opportunity to go to a Lakers game like that, meet those different celebrities. What it is, go do all that type of stuff like that. Be in Beverly Hills, and all that type of stuff, and be in a good switch in Beverly Hills. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like all that type of stuff. It's a real blessing right there
Yeah,
for real.
You in the
Uh
county.
huh.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. Hard work pays off, man.
It
Hard
really
work
do.
pays off. That's one thing I can say. I have to recognize the
Yeah.
good things that happen. You just can't take it for granted.
That's real.
You can't
Yeah.
just take pictures of everything and post it on Instagram. You have to be in the moment and enjoy
Exactly.
yourself while you're there.
That's real.
Live in the moment. That's the
Hmm.
thing. And that makes you really embrace the experience to the max.
Yeah. So Gina, we want to go over you like that. What's a crazy moment for you this year? And I got a question after that.
Um, well, on Friday, well, so basically to provide some like backstory, this semester I basically spent like the semester developing two businesses because I was in two different entrepreneurship programs. But for one of these, on Friday I just did my first pitch competition, so that was pretty crazy
That's real.
for
Okay.
a social media management business that I'm starting. And basically I got to get out of my comfort zone more than I ever thought I would, because it's like I've done multiple case competitions, so I'm used to reading off a slide. I'm used to having guidance when it comes to giving presentations or public speaking, but this time I had to memorize the script and I had to say it off the dome. And I was just surprised at myself at how good I did. I was so scared the entire day, thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna do so bad. I'm gonna mess up. And it just turned out to be a very amazing experience. Like all the ladies that I was in a cohort with, shout out to y'all. They were just so supportive and so embracing, and we all supported each other like it was no competition for real. Like it was just us going up there, presenting our ideas and having fun with it. And I'm really grateful for the experience. Um, Grateful to see the growth from this time last year to now. I can see it, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity to get out of my comfort zone and just become a better person, become a better professional, entrepreneur, all that good stuff. So
That's good to hear. You know, a whole lot of girl power, a whole bunch of stuff like that. You got a future, what it is, rich single, not even rich single auntie, rich auntie. You know what? You know what I'm saying? Rich auntie that we got here working right here. You know what I'm saying? That's real right there. That's real.
Oh
You know what I'm
God.
saying? Yeah, single. You know, you got a whole man. I don't know why I was gonna say rich single auntie. Yeah, that's a whole mess up.
Oh
But
wow.
you know, yeah, no, rich auntie right there. That's some rich auntie vibes. It's really good to see you got that stuff going on like that. It's
Manifest.
always, yeah.
Big
And
motion.
it's always good to like recognize people that you had to support you and everything like that. Because again, similar like how he said he has opportunities like that. He got to start up his business. He realized his blessings. What people got to realize is the fact that like yes, you have people in your corner even if you don't always realize it. Because it's very easy to forget you got people in your corner to help you out with that stuff. It's very easy to feel isolated, especially when like if you going through like, your first year of high school like that, going through college, going through whatever you may go through, going with leaving college. It's very easy to feel as if you're isolated. If you got stuff you got to do on your own. But it feels real good when you can recognize the fact that, oh yeah, I have my crew to help me out. I have my people to have my back with it. I have my people that, we was uplifting one another like that. Because, that's when you got real people, real friends around you. If it's like, y'all build up each other like that. Or y'all, even if it's y'all not verbalizing it, just through hanging around each other like that, y'all lift each other like that. And it's like, you put each other on a higher standard to help yourself and each other succeed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then following off all that type of stuff like that, all those highs you mentioned like that, it's real good, real amazing. Now, what are your lowest moments this year? I'm talking about moments when you was in the dirt, gutter, down, low, gone, nothing. What are some of the lowest moments you had this year with y'all?
I can't speak on the real low that I've dealt with because that's a very touchy personal subject.
That's real.
But I'll say, I mean, haven't really gone through a lot of lows other than like, well, a few months ago, my god brother recently got diagnosed with testicular cancer. So, that's a pretty big low. Well, I mean, thankfully he went through remission and everything turned out successful.
That's real. That's nice.
I mean, other than that,
So he's 100% good.
yeah,
Okay,
he's
so I was
good.
gonna ask a question. So like cancer usually has lumps, right? Does he have like he had like a third lump? Like
I don't.
I was gonna say that was just a question that just came to mind real quick.
don't.
It was just a real question.
But
That just
I
came to
mean,
mind, yeah.
thankfully they found it when they did, and it's just a blessing,
It's real.
for him to be like 100% healthy,
Yeah.
cancer free.
That's always good to hear. That's definitely real good. Not everyone makes it through that. So,
For
especially
sure.
with something as severe as that,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, that's really good to hear about. Then, yeah.
For sure.
So, what the rest of y'all? What are some lows y'all had this year? You know,
You want me to?
You go.
I ain't gonna lie, it's been a lot of. I mean, it's been lows, but it's been like a lot of little lows. But for me, it was like coming back to the city, knowing that my grandma, my brother, I think of my dad too. They all got in an accident.
mm,
Luckily, they're safe.
that's real. That's
Knowing
good.
that too, knowing that my grandfather with his dementia and with his Alzheimer's is getting like a lot worse. So just kind of
Okay.
being there for him, coming back to the city, being trying to be there for him,
Yeah.
and then just like helping out my family like all around because everybody. I mean, I have a very at least the family that I have in Atlanta is very small. Like it's only about 50 of us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
That's
out of
real.
the 50, it's only like 4, 5, 6 like people like young people. And it's
Yeah.
literally me and my brother that are the only two like guys in the family.
Okay.
So
That's real. That's real.
whatever happens like to the actual like older people or the elders, like it affects the whole family. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So my grandmother, she well no, not my grandma, I'm sorry. My uncle, my bad. My uncle Leon, he was diagnosed with, I'm not sure if it's a type of cancer, but I know he's diagnosed with a cancer and he's fighting it really, really badly. I mean, he's trying his hardest, like he's barely walking, like it's bad.
Yeah.
It's just like and it's just like folk getting older. I mean, it's low, but it's just something that I don't know if it just comes with being older or you growing up, but it's just realizing that folk is changing, that life is changing, and that you kind of got to deal with those changes, knowing that not everybody gonna be there with you, whether that
Yeah.
be physically or whether that might be through your ideologies or y'all beefing or whatever. It's just not everybody gonna be there for you, and you want to make sure that kind of like what Joseph said, that you want to live in the moment, that you don't want to just hold, you know what I'm saying? Just hold even grudges or
Yeah,
just keep
hold
people,
on,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah, hold
Because
on,
you never know when folk gonna go.
yeah, you never.
And it's been a couple times where I thought I was gonna go too.
That's real.
That's a
That,
different
that's the
story
whole
for a
other
different
thing. But
day.
yeah, I understand. But
Mm.
that's real. You never know when folk gonna go. That's it's definitely being them punches is crazy. Y'all AT aliens be a little bit strange. Y'all AT aliens be a little bit
Nah,
strange. Man.
whoa,
I ain't
whoa,
gonna.
whoa, whoa.
Yeah, you know, some of the stories that done told me, y'all AT aliens be a little bit strange with stuff.
AT
Y'all function. Y'all be
aliens.
AT aliens.
I
Yeah.
don't, I don't
Shout
even,
out Outkast.
Nice.
Excellent album reference.
Shout out Outkast.
But nah, real talk though, you never know when people gonna go. I know that wholeheartedly. I know that very well. You know what I'm saying? With I know I've had my experiences when it comes to family, friends alike, where you never know when people gonna go. Whether it be just because they don't associate themselves with you no more,
Yeah.
or whether it be from actual passing, being floored. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely hard to deal with like that. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely stuff. It's good you can also recognize those moments that's here, because you know what I'm saying. Not everyone has as many highs as some of us may have over the year like that. Some people may have had a year of straight lows, straight downfalls, straight everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
It's a real experience. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely real. Some real people got to realize. You know what I'm saying? So never feel like no. It's important for people to never feel as if it's like just because you have those lows, you're the only person to go through it like that. Never diminish what you're going through. Never diminish like that. Because I got a horrible habit to diminish the problems that I go through. But it's like you never want to just treat, but you never want to just like ignore them. Yeah, you never want to diminish problems that you want to have and recognize the fact that you're not the only one going through it. You know what I'm saying? You're not the only one that's like dealing with those and stuff like that. There's other people that are dealing with the same stuff that you're dealing with. They may just not want to say about it. You know what I'm saying? A good example I got what it was. A good example is with my older cousin like that. Right over the summer, I'll say it was a bit of a higher moment I had was like me and my older cousin like that. We went through high school together, majority of high school together. He's an older brother than me, where I do have older brothers, but they didn't live with me. They didn't really grow up majority of my life.
Yeah.
So it's like I do love them. I do view them as my older brothers like that.
But they ain't like,
I'd even say it's like they didn't grow up. So it's like that connection that I have with my cousin is definitely a little bit different than I have with them. That I'm still trying to develop a little bit now. So it's like with my cousin like that. Well, we had a whole heart to heart moment this over the summer like that. We were sitting in the kitchen from like till like what 3, 4, 5 in the morning like that. Cause that was the first. I think that was the first moment that me and him actually saw each other as like equals. You know what I'm saying? We was like brothers like that. But I'll say when we was younger, like when we was like going through early parts of high school, it was like older brother, younger brother type stuff like that. Whereas like we definitely was on the same page like that. He was like little bro me all the time like that. Not saying it was any bad blood with it, but yeah. And then as we got older, it definitely became we was like brothers like that. We were real cool like that. But at the same time, it wasn't always that same connection. But over the summer like that, I think this was one of the first few times where we was sitting down. It was like, oh yeah, how's it? This and that type of stuff. It was crazy. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I know that same stuff. He's like, oh, word? I ain't even know. And I was all the moments where it was like, I didn't know you was going through this and that like that. Oh, word? That was crazy. I thought you was fine. Oh, this and that, do like that. This and that girl. Or, oh, you was failing that class too. Thank God I thought I was the only one failing that. You know what I'm saying? Or moments like those where it's like, we had that real connection when we had to realize, oh, we go through the same stuff. We on that same level of connection. It definitely added that different level of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It definitely had different that different level of trust with one another, where he realized I'm not just his younger cousin, but I'm like his actual like cousin, another brother to him. Where we can say we went the same situation like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We can say if he hit me up and let's be on some dang Cam, they got this girl pregnant. I can be like, I got you. Not saying I gotta go pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Not that, but we can relate. We can definitely relate on different things, and not on that. No, I don't. Yeah, that's not relating on that. No, we don't do relate on that. Yeah.
That what y'all.
We don't relate on that, y'all. So I'm just saying, just for reference. You know what I'm saying? Just for
Relation,
reference. If you want to call me out,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
You're both
I'll
y'all
say
finna be
this.
fathers.
Yeah.
I'll say this though. Basically, like piggybacking off what me and Bryce were stating earlier with like our families. Make sure you always there for your loved ones and like your friends, family, whoever.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the last time you'll see them or they'll see you. So
That's
what I'm saying?
real.
Always tell the people around you that you trust, like that you love them, that you appreciate them for everything they've done, and just always be there for them.
Yeah, that's real. But what about you? What about y'all too like that? What was like some of the lows y'all had this year?
Trinity got it.
I got it.
Ooh, that's it.
Okay. Hmm. I would say probably when we were getting back to school, like I was good before we got back to school, and then I guess that being back in classrooms kind of like impacted my kind of like mental and emotional health a little bit. Um, let's see. Basically, just a cliff note. Like I know from like for a good like couple months out of this semester, I was feeling like my confidence wasn't all the way there. Like I was kind of questioning like whether I was worthy of certain things that I wanted in life or that I wanted to do. And it was like kind of like a hard time for me. Like I can't recall like another time where I was like this consistently like emotional or just like going through the motions. But that was a low for me, but I got a religious godmom.
Let
She's
it
a
go.
first lady, and I grew up in a church.
I love
So
her.
kind of, yeah,
She's so sweet.
Kim met her. So kind of Joseph met her too. So kind of just talking to her and getting that. Like I was looking for other advice, the non-religious advice, but I was like, you know what? Let me tap in with my godmom because she's gonna like remind me, give me certain reminders, and her just talking to me about the Bible and just kind of refreshing me. Like it's knowledge that I never forgot, but it was stuff that I wasn't paying attention to.
Yeah.
So when she was kind of like talking to me and telling me the Bible and reminding me of certain scriptures, it kind of gave me the uplift that I needed. And the next day I was like pretty good. Like I was well off. I'm better now. Like I feel more confident with like when I take certain steps or when I move the way I move. Like I'm much more ecstatic about the future. I'm not questioning nothing as much. So yeah, that part.
That's real. Yeah, I'll never say. It's very nice to get that guidance because take from a person who hates getting guidance. People, getting guidance is real. I'm very hard headed. Very hard headed. My mom has been telling me all my life I'm very hard headed when it comes to me taking advice. Sometimes I'll say because it's like, yeah, that's why what? That's why I cut my hair. What does that have to do with me getting? But it's like it's really the situation where it's like getting that guidance is definitely helpful. It's very much easy. Like I said, it's falling into the area of feeling like as if you're the only person who knows certain things. It's very easy. It's very easy for you to just kind of not want to get help by people. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy for you to kind of get in that loop where it's like, okay, then I'm doing this, that myself. I'm doing those, these myself. I'm doing this, that's X, Y, Z myself, like that. I mean, what it was earlier this semester. Earlier like what it was, October, September, like that. I'll say my calendar, the way I was moving like that, I was scattering everywhere like that because in my head I'm thinking I gotta do a million things of my own like that. I gotta take care of this car ticket myself. I gotta do these those things myself. I gotta get these those things fits up myself. And it's like it can really cascade yourself because it's like with people, especially for people that have high expectations on themselves, it's very much easier to like build up higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Not realizing that you ain't got no stable foundations, or you're trying to hold that foundation yourself. Meanwhile, you got one, two, three, four. You got people that can help you hold it up, but you're trying to hold it all yourself. So the moment one thing falls off, you're trying to catch that. Another thing falls off, you're trying to catch that too. One thing leads to another. Your whole tower falling apart. You don't know what to do. You falling apart everywhere like that. Because that's what happened with me. Where it was like I move around so much like that. It was like I think there was like one week. I think I pulled like what 3 all-nighters no 4 all-nighters in a row like that. I was getting no type of sleep like that. I'm talking about I was on for like an hour and a half of sleep some days, and I would just fall apart like that. Like I would literally be like mid sentence with talking with someone like that, dozing off, having to snap back in and get back in with it. You know what I'm saying? Because of how much with the work, with meetings, with everything I was trying to do, keep up with like that, I was scrambling myself. So I had to take that moment to realize, hey, let me get myself back together. Let me get my head back on straight. Let me get my mind back on track. So that's why I started like trying to get good sleep. Start trying to do different things like that. Trying to reorientate it. Do I still pull all-nighters? Yeah, but not as many. So I'm trying to get myself back on right. Get myself back on track. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's
give
that's like
yourself some grace and some time to rest. There's nothing wrong with that.
yeah. Because then you'll be looking crazy when you set an alarm. When you set like 3, 4, 5, 6 alarms for that test you got in the morning. You waking up all feeling all good and stuff like that. When you wake up, you realize slept halfway through the class. Now you scrambling trying to get that test. It's a horrible feeling. Horrible, horrible feeling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
For sure.
Go ahead,
Yeah. But what
Joseph.
about you?
Um, well, I'm not gonna really say this is a low, but what I have been doing is try to improve my relationships with everybody around me.
That's real. That's real.
I've been in my own world. I've been grinding, getting to it, but in the midst of things, I feel like I could work on myself as well and just
Mhm.
try to you practice some good habits or better habits that I have to improve myself and just be more personable with people, get to know people, There's a lot of people, they might know my name, they might recognize my face, they might see what I'm doing, but they don't really know me as a person.
That's
So I feel like, that's what I've been trying to work on, just getting to know people, talking with them, spending time, just being more active as far as just sitting down, learning, and just listening. It's always good to just
Yeah.
listen to people. Being an active listener, not listening to respond,
That's
but
a good
listening to understand. So
Yeah.
that's a trait where I've been working on and just trying to do that better and just communicating with people better as well. Just checking up on people, giving them a call, every now and then. It doesn't have to be so often, but showing people that you actually care and really getting to know them better as a person, as a human, intimate level, I'd say. So that's been something I've been working on, a habit I've been working on over time. Yeah, that's something where it was one of my goals where I wanted to do for 2024 that I felt like I haven't been doing it in the past, so I've been working on that.
Yeah, that's real. That's real good. It's definitely good to always recognize the fact of like, hey, I've been doing X, Y, Z. I've been hitting all these goals and high points. But it's always good to have that relationship with people like that. Because one thing people got to recognize is even if you only got like that one friend or that one person in the world you cool like that, people are social. We're naturally social. We naturally want to like gravitate towards certain people like that, even if it's like only one person that we gravitate towards. You know what I'm saying? You never want to like isolate yourself because then you'll get in that loop where it's like maybe you might get in a loop to where it's like maybe the relationships that you have with people is strictly based off of like that work relationship y'all had. Where it's like, maybe when y'all are in that certain environment, y'all can be all cool, buddy, whatever. But the one moment you leave that environment like that, then it's like, then what? You know what I'm saying? But when you go off to that next school year and y'all not around each other, then what? It was actually your friend, or was that someone that you were just cool with at that time being? It's definitely cool to make those realizations because, like I said, it's like one thing that's never a good feeling is like when you feel like you need people and you really need that support system and you don't have it. Because it's one thing to need it and you just don't realize you have it, but when you legitimately don't have it, so now it's like your mind's going everywhere like that. You reach out to people that aren't even that real with you, but you just really want that support. That's never the state you want to be in, where it's like you're looking for whatever you're taking scraps. You never want to give yourself like table scraps. You want to take the main platter. You want to take the main buffet. You know what I'm saying? We don't never settle for scraps. Never settle for like the bare minimum of person.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Never give the bare minimum.
So yeah, those are always some real good points. Yeah, always. So then those are good points then. So then going back on to one of the other questions like that. So then what are some things you feel like you could have done differently, in the briefest way possible like that, to try and get to like the real meat of the bone. I want you to get the real bone of the meat. What is like some different things you could have done differently?
Are you saying to what we answered to the question prior or just in general?
I'll say just in general this year. What are some things you could have done differently this year? Like whether you could have not messed around with this person like that, not talked around with those people like that. Yeah. Yeah, that was like just saying, but
That was a shot.
That was a
that was
straight.
an inadvertent shot. That was an
That
inadvertent
was
shot.
Quite a
That
few.
was an inadvertent
That
shot.
Y'all
was
knew.
straight.
Only y'all knew, but he's
Crazy shit.
But it's like not doing something like that. Well, that's shot towards me too. I could have definitely done some things differently. You know what I'm saying?
improved, though. I will say Bryce has improved.
You've improved.
He's
We've all made
improved.
improvements like
He's-
that.
He's
Yeah.
been growing.
I'm saying
Bryce has improved.
we're out of balls,
Like,
but it's
He's a great guy.
yeah.
he's a good person.
Let's
We all
leave
make
it at that.
mistakes.
He improved.
But it's like what's some things you could have done differently? Where it's like.
Oh my god.
Like I said, not messed around with that person like that, or like not done these and those things, or not said that thing to that person, or maybe just all around just gone differently with your actions altogether. What are some things you could have felt like you done differently with? So since we on the topic then, so you could have done differently, Bryce.
Go ahead, talk about
Go
it.
ahead.
You don't gotta. Hey, don't drop no names.
You gotta
You know that's
go.
the name.
Don't want to tell. Go ahead.
You know that's the name. Like
God, you don't got to. But get us. Got to. Get us.
You don't gotta
So, like-
talk about that.
Get us.
Go ahead.
God.
in a
Talk
little
about
short,
it, Bryce.
short segment, what in a little short segment, what you feel like you could have done or not done? You know what I'm saying? Done differently.
Not done, right? Not done.
Oh, you funny.
Not done and or done differently.
You need to.
Something that I wish I would have done different.
Right.
Really, I mean,
Now we can answer both. What's something you should not have done in
You can say both. Say in a little short segment. Say what
Be
you gotta
honest.
say. Yeah.
Be honest.
Be honest.
be honest.
Be real now.
Be honest.
Be
Be
real.
real.
Cut it out.
You don't even
Be real.
No,
Oh,
You don't even need to be
cut
real.
it
You don't even need to be
You
real.
know,
That's,
you know-
be real with yourself. I am.
yeah.
And one of the things I wish I would have, one of the things I wish I would have, I guess, done better, and this really goes for really all my years, is just knowing. No. For I'm it's just like establishing your principles, knowing what you stand for, knowing your values. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what you,
That's an
you know what I'm
alpha
saying?
male. See?
Yeah.
See?
Okay, establishing your principles. I feel like as as not only college students, but as men, men, women, whatever, as people, children of God.
Hallelujah.
You hit
Amen.
It's always important for you to establish your principles. So
touch somebody's soul today.
whether that be through through Jesus, through what I'm
Yeah.
saying, through whatever religion or whatever ideology you believe in, as a man, as an individual, you have to set your principles. I don't know if y'all watched The Wire, but one of my favorite quotes from The Wire is that every man got to have a code. Every man got to have a code.
That's real. So
Great show.
So what's your
real.
code?
yeah, okay,
What's
that's
yours?
real. That's definitely good. I'll say that. That little bit connects.
You
That kind of connects with one thing I went through. That's definitely kind of connects with one thing I went through, where it's like in terms of like just being able to recognizing. I say not necessarily setting those boundaries with me, but more so just like I say being more. I want to say being more upfront, but not being scared to do certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I think I struggled with this year, especially with like being scared to do certain things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Real.
but it's like definitely being not being scared, being nervous or something like that. I say whether it was like me, whether it was taking certain steps to do certain things. What it was starting this podcast like that. I mean, I meant to start it what it was the year before, but it's like I was nervous doing certain things like that. I was very much over contextualizing certain things, so it was hard for me to want to do certain stuff. And even then, with like relationships with certain people that I end up having to cut off, I'll say definitely with certain relationships I had to either cut off with or fallouts I had with certain people. That's a very big thing. With some stuff that happened back in February of this year, February, March, and some stuff that happened recently. I'll say cutting off ties, it was definitely something that is like I had to like take into account, something I had to actually like work on really. Whereas like not being scared to either confront a person about some stuff like that, and not even in the sense of being I was scared of that person, but more so of being scared of cutting off those connections, cutting off those ties, cutting off those like relationships. This stuff like that. What relationships like?
We shouldn't be laughing
Yeah.
at this, yo. Like, this serious.
Y'all over there yeah.
But it's real. But like not being all in mind, it was been not being scared to come to certain things because I have very very big fear of like being alone when it comes to being certain stuff like that, being alone in certain parts of life, or thinking that hey, if I cut off this relationship with this person, then I'm gonna lose that for life. And that could be something that's gonna impact me way further in life. Not have to recognize that just because I cut those off means that it's not gonna all fall apart like that. That was a realization. That was something I could have definitely changed up and done better this year. Cause I definitely something that I say that led to one too many late night arguments or one too many yelling sessions outside in the hallway about some she said he said type of stuff like that. I had to deal with.
Can't have is that. So good job.
We ain't dealing with that no more. I'm not doing that stuff no more. So like, definitely, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Definitely had my fair share of yelling matches with
Oh, you be yelling?
I don't like yelling. Yelling.
Oh, you be angry.
That not even angry, just annoyed. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That's really what it was, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. But no, real talk. But yeah, just deal with that type of stuff with certain people and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, it's no bad blood now. It is what it is. It's in the dirt now. But I definitely could have done differently about the situations and those relationships. You know what I'm saying? Male or female, with how I was with those people like that. Whether it was a friend or something more. But what it was. But outside of that though, what is something that y'all feel like y'all could have done differently? For your little short segment.
For me personally, I just know that like I just need to work on like communication and communication skills. Like one thing about it, like I don't like answering my phone. Or,
That's
like,
real. I hate
text people back. So like people from back home, friends, family. Like my grandma just called me like 2 hours ago. Like
I got about 15 missed calls in a minute.
Yeah. So and like it's not that I don't care to call, don't care to text. It's a
probably
matter
in your own words.
it's just a matter of me being in the like predicaments I'm in. Whether it's I'm in class, work, doing what I'm doing, like you know what I'm saying. So
yeah, communication is a very big key because people got to communicate. It's like falling back, like I said, not feeling like you're isolated.
Always communicate.
Always communicate. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're in a relationship, whether it's with
for sure.
whether it's with your relationship, whether it's with friends, whether it's with family like that. Communicate.
No matter how long it takes.
No matter how long it takes. But you know what I'm saying? Communicating can definitely help you get to the bottom of that type of stuff. That was my problem. I was communicating all the time. Like, I was communicating I feel like I was communicating with it, but in the end, it's a subjective topic. It's a subjective topic. You know what I'm saying? If you communicating can definitely be the deciding factor and how some stuff falls out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, what about y'all though? What is like in a short little segment? What you feel like was like a something you could have done differently?
Say no
Mm,
to drugs.
something I could have did differently. Firstly, save more money.
Real.
That internship money was nice, and I enjoyed
That's real.
almost all of it. Unfortunately,
So she
um,
broke.
I'm not broke. Who broke?
Oh,
Oh.
hey,
I'm broke.
We have
But
man took so much offense to that. You took too much offense to that.
Crazy.
I guess we'll.
that's crazy work. But for real, I wish I would have been more intentional about certain things that I've kind of done.
Oh,
Um, just being more intentional, like when I set goals and just kind of being more consistent. Yeah, that's something I could say. But just be more consistent with certain goals because I realized that depending on the goal, I'll be more consistent on a goal than another goal, and I feel like that's not fair.
yeah, that's real.
Because I can get ahead in one thing, but that other thing could really hold me back. So just being more intentional, being more consistent, and just being more focused, giving myself more grace and not overworking myself and overworking myself, procrastinating that less stuff like that.
That's real.
So
So then, like last but not least, what about you, What about you, Joseph? What's something you feel like you could have done a bit differently when it comes to this year,
Something I could have done more differently was
or
let's
do or
say
didn't do?
or yeah, well, I ain't gonna say something I could have done differently is be disciplined, be more disciplined.
Yeah,
you not disciplined?
that's surprising. Yeah,
I mean,
She just hate.
I'm a very disciplined.
No, that's surprising.
I say I would think Joseph was a very
No,
disciplined
that's
person, but
Nah,
Yes.
I'm. What I mean by that, I'm a very disciplined person, but like by my standards, I could have worked harder.
That's
that's real.
I could have improved. I could improve. Just study, learn. Whether it's with my faith, just reading the Bible every
That's
night,
real.
praying.
That's real.
I'm not. When I mean discipline, I don't mean by just working or business related stuff or major related stuff. My future career, I mean by my faith, to be exact. I'd be more disciplined. I have been going to church. I have been reading my Bible. I have been talking and praying with God,
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, to be exact.
of course. Amen.
But I feel like it's not enough. I'm on my journey right now. I'm still on this journey. I plan to continue this journey, being a better man, and just learning the faith and improving my faith as well. So that's one way I want to improve, and I could have done better, but I haven't been prioritizing like I should be. But I'm working on it.
yeah, that's real. I definitely say that's definitely some. That's a good reflection of something you can definitely work on. I
New Year's
definitely say, yeah, that's a new actually a New Year's resolution right there too. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stuff like that, I'll definitely say it's very good to like always work on those things in life. You know what I'm saying? Definitely discipline because discipline, like you said, is discipline on your own standards like that. To us, like you just saw with us, we thought you was really disciplined like that, but you felt like you could have done better in certain things like that. So it's always good to definitely have those standards for yourself. To always have those certain criteria that you feel like you should be performing in. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I definitely say, but also just not make sure you're overworking yourself too. 'Cause that's definitely one thing where it's like, with some people, they'll say, I gotta hit this point, gotta hit that point, gotta hit that point, gotta hit that point. But they start overworking themselves. So that's definitely, as long as you don't overwork, as long as you don't do too much that you can't handle, or at least not even that you can't handle, because it's always gonna get out your comfort zone every so often. I'll say do too much to where you're gonna just fall, and just do too much where you're setting yourself up for failure. As long as you're not doing that much, then it's always good to like always have that level of discipline for yourself, to always set those new standards, to always push those higher goals, because that's not something that everyone can do. There's a whole bunch of people, in this world that say, "Well, I'm gonna stop drinking." They pick up that liquor bottle and that's party they go to. "No, I'm gonna stop partying." First, for moment, their homeboy says something like that. Oh, they out in the streets like that. You know what I'm saying? Or they say, "Oh, I'm gonna do this now. I'll pick my Bible." Like he said, "I'll pick up my Bible more," like that. If you do believe in God, like if you do have a certain religion you believe in, whatever it is, you say, "Oh, I'll read up on it more." You ain't been to church the past month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and just had no, and you keep on saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go next time. I'm gonna go next time. I'm gonna go next time." You know what I'm saying? It's always good, never like it's always good to set those standards for yourself to like to do better on. You know what I'm saying? That it's something that is pushing that limit of yourself, but not pushing it too much to where you can't succeed and where you can't like furthermore go further on. You know what I'm saying? And if you do hit those barriers and if you do hit those low points, it's no problem. We all fail sometimes. We all hit those points where it's like we try and pick up our, let's say for example, like maybe last semester or last school year or last year, if you was in school, your GPA was falling off. Okay, this year you try to pick it up more. Okay, you fall off a little like that, but it only goes maybe like 2 3 points. It's okay, you know what I'm saying? It didn't go as much as you wanted to, but at least it went up some. You gotta take those things into account like that. See,
And
that's if you good.
can I add something to that?
What's up?
Uh, um, I'd like to add just for me personally, I just want to be more like working on being more patient in the sense of like, with my business,
Yeah, that's real.
I want to get things quick, fast, in a hurry, but because of like, I'm going to be working with other people, so working on patience, working on like understanding that like not everything needs to happen overnight or in a rush.
That's
'Cause
real.
I know the way I see it is I shouldn't be stressing over signing someone right away because I know once one person wants to sign, more people are gonna come. So
Yeah,
just basically taking it all in and just learning more about like the the regulations and rules around my business. Understanding the industry itself that I'm in, and just
it's real. Yeah,
per- and
yeah.
so when that time comes, that like I'm in a much better state and more prepared for the interactions that I'll be facing.
That's something good to reflect on.
I
So,
could definitely second
yeah.
that because I know me personally, I've put a lot of pressure on myself because I have this idea for where I want to be in like 3 years and 5 years, 10 years. And it's like a lot of things that I want to accomplish, a lot of things that I want to do, see all this good stuff. But it's just a matter of just knowing that it'll come, just having faith and just realizing that as long as you do what you need to do on a daily basis, you lay down a foundation and the rest of it will come.
Yeah, that's real. So then, like, kind of finishing off this segment like that, with the last like 10, 15 minutes of this video like that. Let me ask you this. Without the well, let me ask you this. In like one sentence, or if anything, if even one word, if you can describe how you think to send out, without those things happening in your life, over across this year, whether it be the highs, whether it be the lows, middle ground, anything like that, without them happening, what could have been different, or what could have been different, or how did it better your outview on life, if it even did?
I'll say for me, it made me more aware to keep my faith with God, just trusting in God's process, and like no matter what, like as long as I have my faith in God, everything will be okay.
It's real. Okay. What about the rest of
Shit, I guess for me, I mean, it's really two sentences, but it's something my grandma always said. She always told me just to keep living, cause you know, life gonna happen. So many things are gonna happen in your life you can't even think of. I mean, you can't even think about it. But the one thing that you can do is just keep living and understanding that people are in your life for a reason and for a season, and understanding that it kind of helps you adjust, especially to us because we're young adults. A lot of things are changing. A lot of people are developing. You see people that are quote unquote doing better than you in this area and that area, but you just got to understand. Sometimes you might be in the winter. Sometimes you got to stay in that cold.
it? Yeah,
So that
that's
way,
real.
you can shine in the summer whenever your season comes. So
Gotta
That's
stay
that's
patient.
real.
you
Yeah,
gotta stay in the cold, bro.
guys, stay in the cold a little bit. So then, what about the rest of y'all then? Is there anything that you feel
Oh,
like you feel like you need like a little more time to think on it then? Or,
I
like,
I do need more time. You got it.
Words of wisdom, I'd say. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
Mm.
that's real. That's real. I'll say one thing I recognize the fact that life ain't gonna be perfect. Life is not perfect. I'll definitely say it's very easy to get caught in the semantics of life where, especially if you're hitting a whole bunch of highs, you hitting high after high after high after high, you hit all these different high points. It's like that. It's the fact that you gotta recognize it's not always gonna work out. You know what I'm saying? For certain situations like that. Let's say you're in a relationship with someone, right? And you really want to make it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you're in a relationship with someone like that, you're trying to make it work. You're trying to like do what you gotta do with it, do whatever you want to make it work, do whatever you want to make it happen with it, right? Sometimes it's not always sometimes it's not gonna work as much as you may want it to, as much as you may have pushed for it, as much as you want to do whatever with it. Ain't always gonna happen like that, and you just gotta recognize it. You gotta sometimes do certain actions for it. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes you really just gotta recognize the fact that things ain't always gonna go as smoothly. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely one thing I recognize. And, you know, life ain't perfect. Yeah, that's the biggest thing I had to learn this year. Life ain't gonna be perfect. Life's gonna be filled with a lot of downs, especially when it's like you hitting low after low after low. Because that's what happened with me at a certain point in the year where I was hitting just lows after lows after lows. You gotta recognize the fact that it's gonna be like that for a while, and sometimes you just gotta let it. You gotta let it take its course. But other times, it may be a situation where it's like there's something that you're doing that you gotta do differently. So there's something I realize.
Just that not all things are gonna go as planned as you would like it to, but just it'll come. Like, so just keep going. Don't quit. It's not the end of the world. And just keep going. Like Joseph said, you live to find another day. So
Yeah, that's real. I'll definitely say that's something that's real, because that's really that was a really good thing. You're gonna live to find another day because you definitely gonna live to find another day like that. You never want to treat it as if it's your last day. Mind you, the way I see that is like this. It's like, well, every day you never know what's gonna be your last day. You never know what's gonna be the last time you may breathe, the last time you may wake up. You never know what's gonna be the last time. Even though you want to definitely live life to the fullest, you never want to treat it as if every day. You never want to treat it as if every day is your last day. You want to live life as if it's your last day, but don't treat it as if every single day is your last day. Don't be over proportionalizing stuff to the degree that, oh, I can't do this now. I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna do these things like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because these few things happen like that, you don't let that stop. You don't let that pull you down. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you get that cascading event of like. These and those things happen. These and those things start to fall apart. Everything starts to dismantle because you let all these little things tear you down. You know what I'm saying? You want to pay attention to them. You want to cater to them. You want to make sure you choreograph your actions properly. You want to make sure you do what you got to do to get what you got to get. But you never want to act as if just because you don't get what you got to get, that it's the last day on earth, that it's like Armageddon's happening and that life's gonna fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Because once you let that happen like that, that's when stuff gets really bad. You know what I'm saying? That's when stuff really starts falling apart. And that's one thing we got people gotta recognize, especially with the upcoming new year like that. You gotta recognize, don't be so hard on yourself. Still push for your new limits like that. Still push what you gotta do. Discipline. Still also recognize all the people that you've met. Still recognize the material things that you've done. And still recognize all the people that you have around you to help with what you're doing. But still don't let it be the end of the world when one thing falls off. Because otherwise, all of it's gonna fall off, and that's where you hit that. That's where you hit that all-time low. You never want to hit. You don't have times in life where you gonna hit that low, but you never want to stay at that low. You want to pick yourself back up, especially again. You know what I'm saying? New Year's coming up. Set new boundaries like that. Set new standards for yourself. Do what you gotta do like that. And like I said, like how the video is, like how the topic of this month is, it's changes in relations like that. Recognize the different changes you want to make. Recognize the things you want to do. But also, put them into action like that, you know what I'm saying? Put them into action and take the time with it. Take your time with it, too. If it's not happening immediately, it's nothing that's worthwhile will happen off rip. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Nothing that's worthwhile is going to happen off rip. It's going to take time. You got to let it marinate. You got to let it bake. You got to let it do what it's got to do. You know what I'm saying? So, those are all some real good points that y'all said and everything. But I think that's like a real good place to leave off for this video like that. You know what I'm saying? We touched on a lot of really good facts on this video like that. We touched on a lot of really good facts, a lot of good points, a lot of good different mindsets and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So
I say happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to all. Whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate anything, Happy You.
Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
You know what I'm saying?
Happy holidays.
Happy It's on Life Days.
Yeah, of course. So everyone get a little say who is again like that before we finish up the video. Say what your name and everything.
Oh, hey everyone, I'm Janita.
Bryce.
I'm Joseph.
And your host, Cam. Just know see y'all in the next video like that. Just know we're gonna put it out this month. Just know we're gonna be consistent. Because that's one thing I'm working on this year. I'm working on consistency, and we're going to get on that type of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just know, if you look on my Instagram, you might see me post stuff about the new upcoming videos like that. And just know we got videos coming. We're going to be popping them out bit by bit. Shorts, videos, reels, everything. We're going to be on top of it this year. Just know we ain't going to be having no 3, 4, 5 month long hiatuses this time. We're going to be on top this year. just know, just remember, whether you're black or white, whether you're young or old, whether you're weird or weirder, just know this is Mind Zoomers. This is a place for you. This is a place for a safe space where you can reflect, where you can grow, where you can change, where you can better yourself. So just know, you'll see y'all in this video.